everything to themselves. So we're saying why collaboration is the key to your next level. Why collaboration is key to your next level. The truth is that most of us, we didn't come up with that mentality, with that idea of doing things with people together. Sometimes we feel, okay, I don't want to get involved with someone. I want to do the thing by myself. I don't want anybody to come in. But the truth is that you need people, you need to collaborate with people. And I've studied something for quite some time now, and I've seen it's working for this set of people. For example, there are two set of people, or let me say three. You is the Indians, the Lebanese, Indian, Lebanese, and Chinese. This thing is working for them perfect. And most of us today in this part of the world, especially in Africa, we don't want to do these sort of things. And let me give you an example. We are talking about collaboration. Now, there's this ideology and mentality I have, which is helping me now, which is I prefer to have 10% in something than own 100%. Okay, now there are very good aspects. The reason why you need to do collabo with people. The reason why you need to do collabo. Number one, let me tell the positive part. The reason. Okay, let me give you the negative aspect. Some people are say, okay, I've seen someone that say, okay, I don't want to do JV with anybody. I've tried to do JV, and the next thing is that I even receive death threat. People want to kill me. People want to do this. Okay, and when they have that experience, they don't want to do anything with any other person again. They just want to be on their own. Why? Another aspect, some people say, okay, because I try to collaborate with somebody, I want to try to do something together, and this person tried to cheat me, so I don't want to do it. For example, there's this of my friend when I'm still doing my entrepreneurship training with Lagos State Business School. This guy was talking to her. He said, I meet this guy, he's building. I said, okay, let's come together, let's build these things. And later it become a talk of war, threatening police station and everything. So because of those things, some people say, okay, I don't want to have anything to do with anyone. I want to do this thing alone. But the truth is that take it or leave it, even when we have the negative aspect of it, there's a very good aspect of why you need to collaborate with someone. You need to collaborate with someone. You need to come together and do something. And I'm talking about these people like the Chinese, the Indian, and the Lebanese. Okay, now this is what this guy do in UK. For example, they own Chinese. The Indians own one of the largest things. Property, all those things in their country, and also in a place like London, Indians, the Chinese are buying a lot of houses, a lot of building. A friend of mine was telling me, a business partner last week was telling me that there's this. She's a business a property lawyer, and she was telling me that a of these guys, the Chinese guys, they will come, they will buy a lot of apartments, they will leave those apartments just like that. They don't want anybody to touch it. And this is what they do. Those guys come into the market, not just one person. The other person say, okay, for example, now they have a project of that will cost 1 billion. They can look for like 5 to 6 people or 10 people. That's okay. You know what you're going to bring. You bring this amount, just bring the amount, bring this amount. They come together, and what they do that they get into a very good agreement and sign an agreement, and before they know, they start doing business and they start making money. And you know what? There's a very good paperwork for them, and they say, okay, this one know the level of his or her own profit time. This is the amount you are going to get. This is what you are going to get. So nobody is trying to cheat each other. Okay, nobody is trying to cheat each other. So they all come together and start running things. Okay, so the truth is that we need to come together to do stuff. You don't need to own everything. In Africa, we have this mentality. You just want to get that name. I own 100% share of this. But what have you think that if have this occurred to you that you say, okay, if I can own 10% of this thing and still getting my income return very smoothly and hold 100% of it and face all the challenges. Okay, there are people that we need to get to the best side of ourselves, that we need to say, okay, I'm going to own 10% of this investment, and you are going to own 10% of this investment. The other person is going to own 10% of this investment, and everybody come together. And let me tell you, when you owned a property or you own a business and maybe the government come to fight you, if you are only one, then you can't win the fight. But if you people are many in Fox, they can't overcome it, because if you have your contact, I have my contact, the other person have the contact. When they call 1 or 2, 3 person, and before you know, it will be quick resolved than one person owning something. So the purpose of this video is to change our mentality of, it's possible we can own something. For example, someone was talking to me, say in Canada, a lot of people in Canada right now, the Indians, the Asian guys are taking holds of those property, big mall, big stuffs in Canada. But we, the black guys, we want to do it alone. We just want to buy it alone. We want to have Adebayo and Co, David and Co with your son. So when you say David and Co, maybe David with somebody, okay, David with somebody are trying to do this thing. So yes, like Pastor Ayo is saying, he said, you hit the nail on the head. That is why the Asians are dominating the world now. Africa love to walk alone. Yes, we love to walk alone. We don't want to go with people. We just want to do the things by ourselves. So we need to collaborate. Even though, let me tell you something, sir. In business, in every area, we need to do something to come together and own things. Let's come together and own things. Let's come together. If you have the money, why don't you look to the expatriates in that industry and collaborate with them and have a very good paperwork, and you'll be part of it. Okay, you become part of it. Okay, for example, maybe a company is structured and they need people that will invest. Go to them, have a very good discussion with them, and before you know, you own maybe 10% or 20% in that of a share in that company. And what you do, I know people today, they don't have any other thing doing, because all they do is investing in other people. And go and see them. They are in Dubai, they are in Paris, sipping their champagne, and because every month there is a return in investment coming to them. So it's better to own 10% in something than own nothing. Okay, it's better to own 10% in something than own nothing. So we need to do away with that mentality of, I want to own it all, I want to have it all, I want to get this one all. No, there are people. See, can I tell you that the Asians, the reason, have you asked yourself that why the Asians are still the number one controlling the textile industry in the world? Have you asked yourself why the Vietnamese, why the Chinese, why the Indians are still dominating this? The truth is that they are not doing it alone. They are coming in collaboration. Now, somebody was telling me, these guys will come, they will rent one flat, and in that flat, they will have different of them come together, share that price to pay. And when they are paying the price of the flat, maybe it's a 5-bedroom flat and there are 5, they come and rent that 5-bedroom and share the money and pay. And what they are doing, you will see that they are poor, they don't have anything. They are trying to look at the company they are going to buy. They are looking for the next company to buy. They are looking for the next company to put their money in. Now, go to any African country today. Go to African country. Most of us, the reason why we are still backward is because we want to do it alone. We want to walk alone. Like what Pastor Ayo said here. He said, because we love to walk alone. Even in any area of our life, we love to walk alone. I don't want to involve people. Yes, we have the negative part of it in Africa. Okay, we have negative part of it. Maybe, yes, like I said, someone was telling me that they did a JV, okay, and the next thing they start receiving death threats because one person want to kill everyone, one person want to be the lord of everything. They don't want to share with any other person. But that is the wrong mentality. I prefer to own 10% if I can own 10% in different organizations. If it is 10 companies and I own 10% in those companies, I don't need to work. All I want to do is to focus on another business to do. Okay, have you asked yourself why Bill Gates resigned from Microsoft? Most of us say, you see, we have this attachment to ourselves as Africans. I'm the one that started that company. I can't leave it for anybody. I'm the one that started this organization. I can't leave it for anybody. I can't. So that emotional attachment is bringing us back. Bill Gates resigned from Microsoft, and let me tell you the truth. Even till today, he's still the largest shareholder in Microsoft, but he resigned and faced other things to do. Now, have you asked yourself why some African companies are nowhere to be found today, especially in Nigeria? Where is the Laboku today? Where is Bata today? Where is all those great childhood companies? When we are growing up, we used to see them. Where are they today? They are nowhere to be found. Go and check. A lot of indigenous companies in Nigeria today are not still operating because the company rise and fall on individuals, and once that individual is no more there, the company is dead. So we need to come up, we need to work on something. It is time that we need to collaborate with people. We need to come together and pull weight. We need to come together and pull weight. So for example, somebody say Dangote is rich, Dangote has this, but the truth is that Dangote is not only the owner of his company. He has a lot of people that have share in that company. He has a lot of people that have interest in that company, both foreign and local. So I'm advising the youth of Nigeria and the youth of Africa that it is time for us to collaborate. For example, if you have salt, I may have mangi and don't get salt. If you bring your salt, I bring my mangi. The other person bring his own oil. The other person bring his own pala. Before you know, soup go done and everybody go chop. But if I'm keeping my mangi to myself and you are keeping your salt to yourself, the other person keeping his own pala to himself. But most of all, we don't have the capacity to do it alone. Why can't we come together? Excuse me. Why can't we do it together? We need to do it together. We need to collaborate. We need to come with people. We need to say, okay, let's do this thing together. This thing, let's do it together. This thing is for us. Why? How can we achieve this? How can we achieve this? For example, okay, most of us, we don't have the millions to buy a property in Lekki right now. Property in Lekki is going to 180 millions then and 200 million. But have you think that you come together with your friends and say, okay, how are we going to buy this property of 200 million naira in Lekki? And we say, okay, you have 20 million, I have 20 million, the other person have 10 million, the other person have 20 million, and you get a very good lawyer and do a very good paperwork. And do you know what? You go and open an account. The account, everybody has access to the account. but nobody is taking penny from the account without any other person. And before you know, you put the money together and go and buy that property, renovate that property, and put that property in market. Now, if anybody pay for the property, the money is coming to the joint account, and everybody is knowing how much is in that account. And let me tell you, you have time to share the money. And when the time to share the money, the lawyer come, everybody sign his pay slip, and you receive your money. I'm giving you these tips. You are not paying me. It's a very good tip. Okay, it's a very good tip that you need to do. You don't need to be having, you don't need to own it all. See, let's do away with this mentality of own it all. You can't own it all. You ought to collaborate with people. You need to come together. See, these Asian guys know the secret. The Lebanese know the secret. I met one, last time I was traveling back from Dubai, I met a Lebanese guy on earth. We sit together in the business class and we started discussing, and I asked him, okay, what are you doing in Nigeria? Because the guy's pitching, they're very pure. I said, okay, what are you doing in Nigeria? How long have you been in Nigeria? Okay, how long have you been in Nigeria? And the guy said, I've been in Nigeria. I was born in Nigeria. My father owned company in Nigeria for the last 30-something years. I was amazed that your father owned a company in Nigeria for the past 30-something years. And I said, yes. Okay, have you asked yourself how many of our indigenous company that has up to that years today in Nigeria? Like what Pastor Ayo said, he said GT was formed by two friends. When one of the partner passed on, the other continued. Today, GT is still remain the strongest. Yes, GT still remains the strongest bank. The same problem in ministry. Every minister wants to do the same thing. Yes, the same thing in the ministry. If in ministry, nobody wants to collaborate with anybody. If I build 10,000 seater, the other person will say, I'm going to build 20,000 seater. So we are all competing with ourselves. But the truth is that there's no competitions, because the truth is that I tell my people, I tell my team, we are not competing with anybody. We don't have competitors. We are competing with ourselves. Because see, everything rise and fall. As long as you are on top of your game, you are not competing with anybody. You don't need to compete with anyone to get to where you want to get to. There's no competitions. Yes, in business world, they will say, this person is a competition and this person is this. But the truth is that we are all running our race. You can't take my glory, I can't take your glory. We all have our glory to take. So the truth is that we need to collaborate with people. We need to do this with people. It says, one, we chase 1,000, and two, we chase 10,000. See, that scripture always occurred to me, and that scripture is purely on correlation. Some people will tell you it's only for husband and wife, but the truth is that it's not only on husband and wife. It's pure on correlation. Okay, let me give you an example. For example, you own a company, and your company don't have branches in Ghana, for example, and your company's produce a demand in Ghana. All you just need to do is go to Ghana, do your visibility study, look for a good person, just employ the person, look his or her own character. Say, okay, you know what? I'm great. What if I give you 20% of my share here, or I give you 30% of my share, or I give you 50% of the share, and I want you to take very good care of this company, and in future there's a possibility that I return 100% of the share to you, and you manage this company and I manage the other one. You see, anybody you give that opportunity, the person will walk died. That person will walk died. So take it or leave it. We need a collaboration. We need to collaborate with ourselves. We need to collaborate with ourselves. Some people say, okay, it's too dangerous. They can't find a trusted people You yourself, let me tell you, are you trusted? Anybody that has a problem of trust, that person's truth cannot be trusted. That is it. That is my own philosophy. If I'm against trusting you, that means I myself am not worthy of trusting. So what we need to do, we need to come together and build the Africa we need. Africa cannot be built by Dangote and Odetola on all those guys alone or more alone. Africa ought to be built by every one of us. So if you have an idea, come together, I'm stating this, do a very good paperwork. Do a very good paperwork and come together and build that empire. You can't do it alone. You cannot do it alone. We all need to come together and do it. If I have idea and you don't have, okay, for example, you have idea, I don't have the idea, but I have the money. You come to me and say, okay, I have this idea, and now I don't have the money. I come in time with you. We talk, we settle, we sign an agreement. And in our agreement, okay, you owe this, I owe this. We all come together. And before you know, I release my money, you release your idea. And before you know, you will live the good life you have been dreaming to live. And I will live the good life I'm dreaming to live. Because what happened is, you take your share, I take my share. Everybody's smile to the bank. But why will you die with your ideas? When you have the idea, you don't have the money. Why will you die with your money when you have the money and you don't have the idea? This is a high time for us to think beyond just being, I want to own it all. Okay? For example, Concord. Where is Concord today? Concord is nowhere to be found. Where is all those big companies we used to hear those days when we are growing up as a teenager, as a young boy? Those companies are nowhere to be found. Where is Alabuku today? Alabuku is nowhere to be found because it's owned by one person. And once the person fails, everything fails. But when you come together and own it, when the other person is winning that, the other person will be lifting the other person up. That is why I say when the Bible says, one we chase 1,000 and two we chase 10,000, it's not only talking about married husband and wife. He's talking about collaboration. He's talking about coming together and build things. Come together and build things. Coming together and build things. Coming together and develop. And I said it and I will say it again. The Asians have that mentality and it's working for them. The Lebanese, the Chinese, the Indians, they have that. It's working for them. Some years ago, I was privileged to have a contract with an Asian company in Ikeja. And you know that they all come together and start that company. Let me tell you, today in our technology, most of our tech world today is ruled by the foreigners. And the best thing they do, they will bring money and come and look for one of our young, doing well youth. And say, okay, you are doing this, I'm going to do this to you. Give them grant and take them out. And I think another thing the government should do, and they should be very fast about it, is looking beyond put money in manpower development. Putting money in manpower development to develop people, and that we locked up for so many people jackbarring. Because today, most people are jackbarring, they are our brain boss. They are our brain boss, the best doctor, the best things. But it's the right time we need together to come together on the real estate asset, on the medical asset, in every field. You feel you can come together, collaborate with people, and get people that both of you can do things together. Okay, I hope this helped people. I think let me take questions from Instagram and Facebook. Please, if you ask question, can you send in your questions? Let's talk. Actually, today I'm dedicating 1 hour. So if you have question, can you ask me question? If you have question, I'll be glad to answer your questions. And mind you, I want you to remember something. That scripture. 1, we chase 1,000, and 2, we chase 10,000. Now, if 2 chasing 10,000 and 3 or 4 people coming together, that means we are going to chase more. We are going to chase more. We are going to chase more. That is the truth. We are going to chase more. So, take it or leave it. Collaboration is the next key. You need to collaborate. You need to come and partner with people. The problem we have today in partnership is partnership. I've seen a lot of partnership tear apart. That is the truth. Bring in your question. Just send your question in. Send your question in. So I will answer you just after my talk. So now, I've seen partnership tear apart because the reason why partnership tear apart is because most partners are selfish. Now, if we are 3 people doing something and we are partners, and I'm doing most of the job, you are not doing this thing, I will feel cheated. Okay? And I will feel cheated, and I've seen it happen in different organizations. Okay? So, for example, and I've seen another partners that work long. I've seen a partnership that lasts for the next 10 years. They have done 10 years together. They are very strong. These guys are very strong. These guys are very, very strong. These guys are very, very strong. Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pastor Ayo. Pastor Ayo said, how do you deal with this problem of fake real estate agents in Nigeria? We lost so much money to them. They will show you documents, but at the end of the day, the land they are selling to you is government acquisitions. Okay, let me explain. That one is even a simple something, sir. Now, the first thing I tell people when you want to buy estate in Nigeria, the first thing you do is getting the coordinates. If you are not on ground, get someone you trust. Someone you trust to go to the company, go and get, don't say that you just send you survey. Okay? Survey too can be manipulated. So go tell someone you trust to go straight to the land and take a coordinate there and go and search it. If you take coordinate there and search, the truth is coordinate will show you if the land is under acquisition or the land is free from government acquisition. The coordinate will show you if the land is free from government acquisition or the land is under government acquisition. However, there are some land you will check today, they are free from government acquisitions. Why? If you go in the next 1 year or 6 months, they put acquisition on them. This is how it happens. Number one, if the company that bought the land initially, when the land is free, did not perfect their documents, government can come tomorrow and put something there, and the land become acquisition, under acquisition. But if the company do his work well, even when government is coming to put something, they will see that this land is already acquired by some people. So even they want to cut somewhere, they will bend over, they will not get to that place. Or they will ask those people, leave this place, we'll give you another place. That is the distance. So the truth is that yes, we have we have fake real estate organization out there, but thank God for Lagos state government, they are trying to put checkmate on that. For example, in our own company now, we belong to Lagos State Real Estate real estate, what is it called? We have license from Lagos State to run real estate company, and we are part of the Association of Real Estate Developer, which is RADAM in Nigeria. Okay, so if you, before anybody put his money into any company, number one, you need to do your investigation. Is this company really existing? How long have they been operating? Because anybody can go to CAC today and register real estate company and say he's a real estate agent. So we need to think upward. And first important thing I said is, before you buy the land, do your due diligence. Do your due diligence is go send somebody to go and take the coordinate of the land, go and check in the land ministry, land bureau in Alausa, to give you 100% assurance that this land is free from every government accusations. Pastor, I hope I've answered your questions. So, any other question? Okay, how do I educate people in my inch fashion about, okay, in fashion designer about collaboration? Some of them think how what? They just thought customer are more than, then they start feeling jealous. Yes, people with jealousy. Another thing again has to do with people mentality. You need to look at people mentality. The level of exposure to matter. The level of exposure to matter. The level of exposure matter. So you need to have, you need to be doing your own. You need to be up to your game, and you don't need to look them. You just keep on doing your thing. But let me tell you the truth, nothing you will do in this life, people will always be jealous of you. But when you keep on doing what you know to do, finish. Julian said, I feel the major problem in Nigeria that scare people away from collaboration is trust. A lot of people are unable. How do you trust? Okay, how to trust people. The truth is that you can't just wake up one day and trust people. And the truth is, and if you don't do something with somebody, you can't say you trust this person. So you ought to have done something with that person that will give you the guarantee that, okay, this person is trustworthy person. Okay, so the truth is that even though when we are afraid of collaborating with people, we need to collaborate with people. Take it or leave it. We need to collaborate with people. Okay, we need to collaborate with people. It doesn't, no matter what it takes us, if we want to move to the next level. They say if you walk alone, you can go to the place, you will go fast. You will go to the place fast. But if you work with people, you will go farther. Be something. I think there's a proverb like that. Pastor, I hope I've answered your questions. If I've answered your question, let me know. Okay. If I've answered your question, let me know. Who here again? Okay. Can we work with no building ending legacies? Okay. I need other questions. Can we have other questions? So, yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Actually, yeah. So, the truth is, like another thing I used to hear again is that, then go give me, I don't buy land though, then go give me bush. But the truth is, number one, you need to have there must be purpose why you want to buy that land, and the reason why you are buying the land, and there must be purpose reason why you want to buy that property. If you are buying property, you need to know the reason why you want to buy that property, and the reason must be clear. So if you are buying the property to build now, I will advise you not to just buy investment property. They are investment property, they are property to build now. Okay, so some are for investment, some are to build now. So it's left for you to say, okay, I want to build this place in the next 5 years. So you can go on. Okay, I want to build this place in the next 10 years. You can go on. No, I want to buy this place by next year. I'll start building my house. I don't want to pay my landlord rent again. I want to start building my own house. So if you are thinking of something like that, definitely take it or leave it. You need to buy places that is more exposed. And another thing again is, when you are buying those places that are expensive, okay, when you are buying those places that are expensive, but when you are thinking of buying another place which is okay in the next 5, 6, 11 years or 10 years coming, this is what I want to do with the land, you can go and buy the cheaper place that will take by that time. When you are ready to build, the place will be developed. But some people also buy to just buy and resell. We call it flip. Okay, they just buy it, do their this thing and resell again and get their gain. For example, they buy the place 1 million and they leave it, do 1 or 2 things, and the place appreciated maybe like 3 million, 4 million, and they sell it and move on. So those are the things we need to look at. Okay, those are the things we need to look at. So I think on this note, I want to say thank you to everyone that joined us. Oh, I hope you guys get you gain something from this live video. You gain something from this live video. Next time we want to talk about wealth creation. We'll talk about wealth creation, how you can create wealth. There are a lot of ways you can create wealth, being not involved into Yahoo Yahoo or involved into scamming or killing people, or but that is a melt because I don't believe. Okay. Yeah. Talk more about L and build and how easy it is to form a partnership in that area. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Pastor Ayo. Yeah. L and build is one of the booming industry in the world, not only in Nigeria, but in the world now. For example, most people don't want to live in a hotel, and that remind me that the last time I traveled with my wife during that Christmas time. I traveled with my wife, with my brother, my wife, sister, my son. We travel, and the last time we were in the Republic, and I have families there. I don't want to stay with family, so I get my own L&B. I stay in Nigeria here and search for them, and then give me the price and everything. And what I do is just that, okay, I pay them and I stay there for the days I paid for, and once the day expired, I pack my team and leave and come back to Lagos. So it's a very good business. I have friends that are doing it, which we are working on something like that. It's very good. It's very, very good and lucrative. So to get partner in this aspect, I will advise, the advice I'm going to give is get the land, get the partners. When the partners arrive, look for a land, buy the land. You should build it, and when you build that place, there should be a trust joint account for the business, which every money making will be coming to that account. So it will help both of you to monitor these things. The people employed, especially in Lagos, in this our houses in Lekki Aja houses, is working very fine. People are looking for that. People are really looking for apartments. People are looking for that. Even now, in the mainland also, there are some key places in mainland that people need those apartments. But Pastor, I think we can talk about this. We'll talk about this later. It's a very good this thing. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. Okay, it's a very good business area that anybody can venture into and you make money. So any other question? Any other question? Yes, sure. You can buy an existing, yes, like Pastor said, you can buy an existing facility and convert it to Airbnb. Yes, possible. Perfect. I have a friend now. What she does is that I have a friend. She's also in real estate. What she does is she buy, what is it called? She buy, she buy abandoned houses. The house people have abandoned. She buy abandoned houses, and what she does is that she renovate it and resell, and she make a lot of money. Okay, make a lot of money out of it, which is very cool, and she's doing well. She's doing very well. So it's a very good thing to do also. You can buy the old place, convert it. Not necessarily you're building. Yes. And even thank you guys. Thank you so much. Pastor Ayo will talk. We're going to talk about this. It's a very good area of putting your money. Buying abandoned property, renovate them, and resell. Make money out of it. Very good. And it's another area that people have not really ventured into in Nigeria. That is true. It's a very good this thing that people have not even know about. A lot of people know about it, but some have not know about it. That aspect of real estate, and it's a very good one. Okay, it's a very good thing to do. Buy, renovate, flip it back, or turn it to like Airbnb and sell. And definitely Airbnb sell all this apartment. They sell on weekend basis, festive period. I was with someone in Lekki last week, and he was telling me something about them and how he's making a lot of money from that. I think when we are sitting down, calls are coming in. People are asking, okay, I will need some people are even booking for 1 month. Some people are booking for 2 months. So there's a lot of money in it. Okay. All right. Peace out. Thank you all for joining. God bless you. If you have any question, send question to my DM. Let's talk business. We must collabo. All right, guys. Thank you all. I love you all. God bless you all. Bye bye. And thanks to my